Washington's tariffs and trade protectionism could cost the American economy serious money. Applied economists and policymakers from the National Association for Business Economics, based in Washington, D.C., has issued a report expecting the U.S. economy to lose steam in 2019. The report estimates a 15% chance of recession this year, with the probability of contraction rising a staggering 60% by the end of 2020 if trade relations don't improve.
If we have tariffs applied on all imports from China, which includes a lot of consumer goods, then you would start to see much larger effects on the U.S. economy.
Economists say ultimately it's American consumer and especially low-income households who will bear the burden of U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods. With consumption accounting for 2/3 of the American economy, levies at the border are particularly worrisome.
When you get into the 25% category, if you're a U.S. importer, there's no way to ameliorate that type of effect through administrative effects or structural changes to your supply chain. You're going to have to pass those prices on to consumers.
Tariffs and the threat of them may not be the only storm clouds looming over the United States. The fading stimulative effects of tax cuts and weakening investment are also casting their shadows over the world's largest economy. That's prompting investors to race into safe haven assets such as U.S. Treasuries.
If businesses are pulling back on investment, deciding to delay investment plans, then that in itself leads to reduced activity and in turn leads to reduced GDP growth.
A slew of global banks and advisory bodies have cut their forecast for U.S. economic growth. JP Chase slashed its second quarter forecast for U.S. economic growth by 1.25 percentage points to 1%. Oxford Economics lowered its estimate from 1.6 to 1.3%, and Barclays Banks from 2.2 to 2%. Morgan Stanley, meanwhile, says a global recession could occur in 3 quarters if Washington escalates its trade war. Michelle Vandenberg, CGTN.